So New Year's Eve happened, obviously, right? All the commotion New Year's Eve. I was off, but I really enjoyed watching, living vicariously through all you guys, all your stories and everything that was going down. You guys were all rocking all your parties. And since I was off, right? Since I didn't work, I figured I still wanted to give some real world experience. And, what better way to actually bring another real life DJ on to chat about their real life experience that happened at a New Year's Eve party. So with that being said, we'd like to welcome DJ D-Man to the show real quick. He's on the phone. Can you hear me, D-Man?
Hey, how's it going, Nick?
What's up, D-Man? So DJ...
First time caller, long time listener.
Oh, wow. Means a lot. DJ Demand is, if you don't know DJ Demand, make sure you follow him and everything. He's he works for, he's one of the SCE fam. He works for, we all work for SCE. And he hit me up this week and was like, yeah, dude, some crazy shit happened this New Year's Eve. And I thought it was an interesting story. And, I figured I'd bring him on and tell it. And there's definitely some things to learn about it, that's for sure, because this is one of the worst case scenarios that could happen in our world of DJing. And Demand, so I'm gonna give the floor to you. You start telling your story, but just do me a huge favor, okay? Could you give me dramatic pauses in between? When you think is right. Okay. So when you're telling the story, can you just keep it in your mind? Just say when you're about to hit a punchline or something, or just in general, can I just have a few dramatic pauses just so I might be able to insert a sound effect or two? I just want to, just to, that's all. Just.
Yeah. I see where this is going. Sure.
Cool. All right. Cool. So then if that's the case, then the since we're all set there, the floor is yours, DJ D-Man. Tell the story.
Well, thank you for having me on. It took a disaster almost to get me on your show finally, but I'm glad I'm here.
Shut up.
Yeah. So I want to talk about my New Year's Eve story. I was doing a wedding at a venue in Jersey City, which is directly across the river from Manhattan. People picked this venue because of the absolutely beautiful skyline in the background. And this was the foggiest, rainiest, worst day of the year to do that. You could barely even see New York City. Sound effect yet? No. Okay.
Oh.
So,
can somebody give me a high?
All right, keep going.
Perfect. So we're doing this New Year's Eve wedding. Rainy day outside. We have a ceremony in the ballroom. Then they go upstairs to cocktail. We flip the ballroom, and then we have the party, obviously, in the same room. So we're doing all of that. Party starts at 8:00. We do our intros, first dance, parent dances. Everything works great. We get to our toasts, and just as the matron of honor is giving her toast, she says one line. All of a sudden, the power goes out in the entire venue. Is it on the loop?
I can't. I tried so hard to keep a straight face. I got started, man. I'm not making light of this. This was somebody's wedding day. Every wedding's a Super Bowl, okay? Every wedding's a Super Bowl. I'm crying.
Especially a New Year's Eve wedding.
Yes,
but no,
of course.
This was really crazy. The power goes out just as the matron of honor is starting to talk. Immediately, all the lights go out. We did have uplighting in the room, but they're connected to my computer, and so the show express box. So everything does go out. The venue doesn't have any emergency lights that go on. All we have at this point is the videographer's light, and that's it. So immediately, I'm like, you know what? Just a power outage. I yell really loud. I'm like, everybody, hang tight. We're gonna wait we're gonna wait till the power comes back on, and we'll get started again. And within 30, 45 seconds, I realized it didn't come on yet. We don't know if it's coming on.
Denied.
So this is going to be really tough to get through. All right. So I realize right now we got to do something. I run and grab the first uplight that I can find. I have those, like, you know, the battery powered ones. Rick Webb, shout out to him, hooked me up. Both Lighting did a great, you know, so these lights are great, and I know them inside and out. So I grabbed the light.
Oh, so they didn't have uplights there. Like, you kind of you had them in your truck.
No. I had uplighting booked.
Okay.
Because it was DMX'd, you know, and I'm running it through a controller.
You had to master slave it real quick.
Yeah. The lights die. So I just grabbed the first uplight I could and quickly just turned it into, you know, instead of DMX mode, just turned the uplight white, and all of the other lights in the room immediately snap on and catch on to that one, you know, like the follow mode. So thank God right away I got lighting. Now, of course, everybody thinks the power came back on. They don't realize it's just my uplights. Then I swear I just blacked out. I don't even know how I did it, but it's somehow I grabbed my assistant. I'm like, get the cocktail hour speaker. It was like right behind the DJ booth, already packed up.
Keep going. No, I'm just, you know.
So he grabs the cocktail speaker, which is the LD Systems Maui Go. So it's like the battery powered cocktail speaker. He sets it up, and I set it up with him. I have a wired microphone. You always give me shit. You always make fun of me because I have a backpack that looks like the Ghostbusters backpack, but it's because I have everything in it, and I happen to have a wired mic. So I hook the wired mic up to the battery powered speaker, and I plug back in my iPod, and I get on the mic and I go, all right, we're going to talk to the venue, figure out how long this is going to be. In the meantime, everybody sit back, enjoy, and we'll continue in just a few minutes. I put on some background music, and I go try to find the venue, figure out what's going on.
So the things you have in place is you have the uplights in place because they're battery powered, and then you have the one Maui battery powered speaker because you failed to bring a battery. Ladies and gentlemen, always remember to bring your batteries, number one. If you own one, keep it in your whip at all times just in case some bullshit like this happens. Thank God this technology exists now, but shouts to Maui for the battery powered speaker. At least that saved the day.
Yeah, and we'll take a little bit public service announcement break right here. I have a Jackery. I love my Jackery. If I did 70 parties last year, I brought it to 68 of them. I just happened to buy a brand new one, and it was still in the box in my garage because I figured exactly. I figure there's, you know, I'm not doing an outdoor ceremony. There's no chance that the power is going to go out and the venue's not going to have a backup, and I'm going to need it. I mean,
yeah.
So, you know, it was literally 2 out of 70 parties this year that I didn't have the Jackery for. And of course, in my head, I'm beating myself up over it. Now, to everybody else, I am the hero because right now we have light in the room, we have music playing. You know, it's not my full sound system, but at least we were able to save that.
How long was it out till, like, the power?
Well, right now it's only been 5-10 minutes or so. Now the bride starts getting really upset.
Yeah.
She starts, of course. And this is also a bride that had to reschedule because of COVID. She's already 2 years late for her wedding. Yeah. And now this is going on. So I talk to the bride and I say, listen, I don't want to waste any time. So far, we're down 10 minutes. It's a 5-hour reception. Nothing really lost right now. Why don't, you take a minute, take a breather. We'll sit back down. We're going to have the toasts through the wired microphone on the battery powered speaker. They'll be able to hear it okay. And then after that, we found out that the venue would be able to serve dinner. So it's all downtime that this is happening. I could still get through it. So that's what we did. I get on the microphone. I go to the matron of honor. Go, all right, you ever see the movie 8 Mile? That's how I want you to hold the microphone, like nice and close, like a rapper. Yeah. The opposite of how we want people to hold it. Yeah, you need to be as loud as possible. She did it. It worked great. The best man gives his speech. Everybody heard it. It was a great speech. After that's done, I get on the microphone. I go, listen. I got some good news. I was walking around the building. I saw a lot of reflective vests out there, so we know that they're working on it. I found out afterwards that was just the valet guys, though.
Yeah.
Whatever. My job is to keep people's spirits up at this point.
True.
So I say that. I say, listen, at this time, your dinner's about to come out, and I just got word the bars do not run on electricity. Feel free to go grab a drink. Everybody starts clapping and cheering at that. Again, I don't know what's going on. At this point, it's been 20-30 minutes almost, and I'm like, we might not have power back on. So I'm just trying to keep spirits up.
And you're just mixing in Serato, right? Like an internal mode? So
No.
Basically...
At this point, it's background music. I just got my cocktail speaker, my cocktail playlist going on an iPod. So it's just background music. And I made a specific cocktail hour playlist for them, so it was fitting. She likes Taylor Swift. I played Taylor Swift and John. So it worked out great with that. But now we're getting through dinner. It's now an hour into this power outage, and I'm like looking at the clock, looking at the battery power on my computers and everything, and like, okay, how can we make this work? So I have 2 computers there. They're both pretty high in battery because I wasn't using them. And I'm like, it's time to start dancing. She's getting upset again. We need to get people up and dancing. I unplug my iPod, plug it into the output of my computer, and I DJ a 45-minute dance set on internal mode. And thank God I've used it to like prep before. So I know, I'm pressing the sync button. I'm doing my best just to hit everything on time. And I'm DJing this entire dance set just like there's just like I would on a controller or a turntable.
It wasn't just like you wanted to control it, but you're able to do it close because I'm assuming you had play from start selected in Serato. So your first cue point, hopefully is like at a decent spot where when you drag and drop the song, it'll instantly play from that start. So you can still keep things generally on time, correct?
Yeah, I'm like you. My cue points are set, and I was doing this. It was the first dance set of the wedding. It's stuff that I play a lot. I'm very.
So you're very familiar with the cues
inside and out.
Yeah.
So, using internal mode, you could have that, you press 1 or 2, you could have 2 decks, you could control the tempo. So, when I sync it, I can, I was going up and down with tempo changes. So it really was, as far as they're concerned, they might have not known that anything was going on. And I'm freaking out the whole time.
I got a video of this here. I'll show the man he sent. So this is like. I just realized, holy shit, you're playing a song in the background. I just lost all my monetization. I hate you so much, Demand. I just realized out loud. Oh no, that's stupid.
Right, stop it.
You couldn't be quick mixing there, Demand. You couldn't be mashing something up there. You had to just play the regular song. I hate you so much. And also, fantastic video.
I'm on internal mode.
Quick mix. Figure it out.
Yeah, do it with no volume on. But you can see I'm DJing there just with an empty booth. And
you didn't give enough pauses for me, Demand. I got to admit, you stopped with the pauses halfway through the story.
My bad.
It's all right.
Yeah. So 45 minutes I'm doing this dance set on internal mode, and the guests are what made it. They wanted her to have a fun time. They're not going to let a power outage ruin their night. They all got out and they were dancing to every single song. It was a packed dance floor with a cocktail speaker. I was blown away by it. So, they were amazing. They're the ones that kind of, everybody's looking at me like I saved it. I'm looking at the guests like they saved it. Because if I played music and nobody danced, the bride, it would have ruined her night.
Good point in the chat, too. Somebody said the venue, I'm surprised the venue doesn't have a backup generator. And it's true. Like, most main venues do have backup generators where, like, this would never be a problem. Like, I was just at Park Chateau, and I was loading out, and they have a huge generator behind their venue. Like, it's like the size of a box truck. It's so big. For these situations. Absolutely. And to have like a venue like that's nice, that right near New York, it's a shame they didn't have a backup generator, to be honest with you. That's something they should invest in.
And for anybody that's familiar with the area, there are 2 wedding venues that are in the same parking lot.
Yeah.
And there's nothing else. It's like a peninsula, because it goes all the way into the water, right. So at the end of Jersey City, so you can see New York. All there is on this island or peninsula, whatever, is 2 wedding venues and the ferry to the Statue of Liberty.
It's like a parking shit too. Stops, plenty of stops.
So both of these venues lost power. It wasn't just us. The other venue, like right in the other side of the parking lot, also it's the same thing. It turns out it was a transformer that blew. And it took them an hour and a half from 9:15 until 10:45. The power was out.
That's a shame. But you had enough time to salvage the party in time for the countdown. That's where it really would have got catastrophic, right?
And that's what I was during the dance set. I'm like, all right, well, my computer is now down to 75%. I do have the second computer, which is off and saving battery.
Yeah.
I'm like, we could get to midnight, and then I might have to, for the last hour, put on a mix on an iPod if I'm all out of juice. But like at this point, we didn't know. Thank God it did come on 10:45. It actually came on when the bride was changing into her second outfit. So she comes out from changing into her second outfit, and all of a sudden she walks into a ballroom. Moving heads are going, bass is blasting, everybody's singing along, and the whole night from that point on was just,
and the night is saved, and the good news is she saved about $200 per head. So, at the end of the day, it's all a blessing in disguise, right?
Yeah. And I think the venue did realize that she should have, that they should have obviously had some sort of backup, or whatever backup they had should have been tested. So they did. They were really nice. You know, we all gave them an extra hour.
Yeah.
You know, we went till 2:00 in the morning. You know, we wanted to make things right and give her the best night of her life. And, you know, afterwards they all were all like, nobody was talking about what happened before. But like, you know, my craziest story DJing was when the power went out for 1 minute once, and now I'm still processing that it was out for an hour and a half, and we were able to power through it. And, you know, again, you know, lesson of the story: get a battery or generator. Just always have some sort of backup like that. Like, thank God I did have the battery powered speaker and the lights, but if I didn't have that, we would have had nothing.
I mean, and fuck a generator. Gas is like $90 a gallon. But these batteries, man, are worth it. They're $500, $750, $1,000, the Jackeries and all that. Never leave home without them, you know, even having a battery powered speaker, anything like that. Have a backup plan for this as wedding DJs. It's not our problem. This is a thing where, like, if it happens, we could sit back and be like, well, not our problem. And, you know, there's nothing, you know, we can do. It's out of our hands. It's in our contract. All we need is an outlet. That's all we need. The outlet don't work, then it's not our problem. But it's great to save the day. Every wedding's a Super Bowl, and I'm glad you were able to save the day there, D-Man. That's what's up.
Yeah, man. Thanks. Yeah,
shouts to LD, Maui.
Yeah.
This is why RCF needs to make battery-powered speakers, fuckers.
Yeah, everybody should have a battery-powered speaker, and that one, I mean, the LD Maui is the preamp for the mic is not, you know, the loudest for if you want to do a ceremony with it, but for a cocktail speaker or just a zone speaker or something like that, I mean, I love that speaker. That's probably one of my favorite things that I got. You know, that's not an expensive buy either.
Cool, not bad. Well, don't plug them too much. They're not paying me.
Yeah. And my e-boxes work great once I was able to plug them in. So,
well, there's that, people. Crazy shit. Definitely crazy stuff. Never happened to me for that long before. I've had power go out. No, I had power go out for about an hour once at Ryland Inn, and same kind of situation. Other than that, but it wasn't New Year's Eve, and it was early on, and we figured it out. And that was before the batteries. Now we got the batteries. Now we can truly save the day. So, good shit, D-Man. Well, Happy New Year. Thanks for coming on.
To you too.
Everybody follow DJ Demand.
Thanks a lot, man.
Putting up, it's at, I put it up there. Cool. At DJ Demand and everything. SCE fam. But thank you for coming on, telling the story. We'll get a talking face interview one of these days. I'll bring you on.
Sounds good.
I'll bring you on. You just need to pause more for sound effects, all right?
You got it.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, Demand.
Nick guys. Happy New Year, everybody.
Just farted in your mouth. All right. I think I pressed the wrong button there. Anyway, that's crazy shit, though. And it's true. You know, thank God he had that battery-powered speaker and the uplights being battery-powered. Because otherwise, literally, you're just sitting in dark. Like, I honestly wonder, what would happen if the power goes out? He doesn't have uplighting or anything like that. You're just sitting there in the dark with just the exit signs illuminated, you know? No music. Like, that's a part for an hour and a half. That's a party killer. People will spread out. People will go outside. People or whatever, because it was a nice day that day too. You know what I mean? Like it would be really hard to get everybody back together once the power actually came on. You know, like I wonder like how. Ooh, thank God, it's crazy stuff. But it worked out, and like I said, I'm sure the bride got a fat discount. So.